Croc Center from Camden, New Jersey. Rob Strauss, Tad Kozaneski, Andrew Kane producing the live broadcast this afternoon. Sterling taking on Audubon. Glad you joined us here on Channel 19 in what is going to be an excellent, excellent match. And talking to Coach Stewart, he's got this one coming down to the wire, as it always does seem to here against the Green Wave of Audubon. As you see the coaches there meeting with the officials, last minute changes and just some rules going on right now with the officials, and Audubon already behind the blocks. They're all ready to go. Sterling they're actually right below us to our right. And I want to give the Croc Center a humongous shout out for allowing us to broadcast this here from their observation deck or their fan deck, which I'm sure would be packed in a normal situation, but obviously with COVID, things have changed a little bit here, but we've got a nice view here. We got a awesome view. Their scoreboard looks fantastic, so we'll have updated times and scoring for you as well, Ted.
Yeah, I've never been to this place before. We're actually in Camden, down by the Delaware River. To get here, if you haven't been here, it's basically Ben Franklin Bridge, make a right, and we're about a mile in. And I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic facility. And I'll tell you what, I'm still adjusting off my second COVID shot. It's hot in here.
Yeah, no joke. I just got my second one, not even 48 hours ago, and it is toasty in here.
I'm feeling the effects for sure. So if I run, I'm handing off to Andrew here.
So this is an 8-lane pool. They're going to use the middle lanes. They're going to leave the outer lanes empty. Lanes 1 and 8 are going to be empty. So the far lane and the near lane will be empty. And we're going to start off with the 200 medley relay. Sterling in lane 2, going to go Shea Wiley, Kaylee Sheehan, Jade Wiley, and Riley McDonald. In lane 4, Tony Klein, Braden Sheehan, Mike Berkeley, Bobby Woodward, and then in lane 6, Steph Kelly, Ashley Blaylock, Izzy Wells, and Sydney Jewell. And they're off. Shea Wiley leading off in lane 2, Tony Klein in lane 4, and Steph Kelly in lane number 6. Tony Klein, you see there in the lead going into the turn. Short lead against Audubon right there into the backstroke, and Tony Klein waiting till about the middle of the pool to resurface after his turn. And that's going to send Braden Sheehan into the water next. Let's see what kind of start he gets. He gets a good one. And it's pretty much dead even right now between Audubon and Sterling. Audubon making a move on the breaststroke right now. A real good breaststroker in the water there. Going to take the lead over Braden Sheehan.
The other thing to keep in mind, this is a boy-girl team as well.
Not a lot of guys on this Sterling team. A very, very female-heavy team. Next one in the water for Sterling, that's Mike Berkeley doing the butterfly. See if he can make up some ground on the Green Wave. Mike Berkeley, the junior. Looks like he's trying to make up some ground here.
I think he has.
I think he has as well. It's going to come down to the freestyle leg here. Bobby Woodward, and the name you know pretty well, Ted, from baseball.
Catcher.
He's going to have to make up about 2.5 seconds. This has got to be great training for the baseball season, Tad, in terms of stamina.
Absolutely, man. I'll tell you what, he's doing a nice job, too.
Audubon's going to take the relay. Sterling going to come in second place in the relay, so they're going to earn 4 valuable points. As we head down to lane are we looking at here, Tad? Lane 2?
2, yep.
Lane 2 finishing up there, it's Riley McDonald. So Sterling going 2-3 in that relay. Finishing up, that's Sydney Jewell, finishing up down there in lane number 5. Or excuse me, lane number 6, excuse me.
Wow, good board here.
So lanes 2 through 7 are going to be utilized here in this 8-lane pool. And like you said, an absolutely beautiful facility. Sterling going to go 2-3-4. Sterling's top relay team going 202.6.
still can't get over this facility. I mean, just coming here, Rob, there's another pool. It's like a play pool on the other side. I don't know if you had a good look at it. Pretty cool.
Very similar to Riverwinds in West Deptford as well. Moving on to the 200 freestyle, we're going to go Braden Sheehan, lane 4. We'll be quiet for the start. Sterling trailing 8-6 after that first relay. It's going to be Braden Sheehan, Paige Jewell, and Vivian Cesarano for the Knights. One of the more challenging events here of the meet here. It's not a sprint, it's not distance. It's that middle of the road, Tad, that makes it kind of tough.
So how did you coach this when you did this with them?
I mean, if you get a really, really good swimmer that can just go all out and get after it, I think with this one's more about pacing and not going out too fast. You're going to see the 500 coming up shortly. That's one where you really got to pace yourself. This one, that middle distance. Braden Sheehan just about finishing up his first 100. He's going to come in under a minute. Really good time for Braden Sheehan. He's got about a body length lead. And he's going to split off at about 57.74 after his first 100.
And that's something to keep in mind. He swam in that first relay we had, too, so not much rest time.
Not at all. He was the second swimmer in the water on the relay. And he's maintaining the lead.
Yeah, I would say that, yeah.
And he can see when he comes up for his breaths how near he is to the nearest swimmer. And he's got about a body and a half length lead, 128.87 through 150. Braden Sheehan, a class officer for the class of 2023. Consecutive years, so congratulations to Braden Sheehan. And he's going to win this event. He's actually increased his lead to about 2 body length lead. Braden Sheehan, see if he can break 2 minutes. It's going to be close. And he comes in just underneath, 159.67. Audubon looking to go 2-3-4 as it's real close on this near side. And they are going to go 2-3-4. As finishing up, I believe that is Paige Jewell in lane 2. And Vivian Cesarano finishing up there in lane number 6. There you see the times. Braden Sheehan wins the event, 159.67. For Paige Jewell, 210.13, and then a 214 for Vivian Cesarano. Moving right along, 200 IM. Tony Klein in lane 4, Jade Wiley in lane 2, and Riley McDonald in lane number 6. Again, Sterling was trailing 8-6. We'll wait for them to update the scoreboard. And Sterling now trailing 17-13 as we head into the 200 IM, 50 of each concentration of stroke, Tad. And this is kind of like the all-around event here.
This I've swum in my pool in the backyard. This is difficult to do.
First one in the wall is Tony Klein, and he was actually the last one out of the water in warm-ups as well.
Tony Klein, our Channel 19 fans might recognize. He's in a lot of our public service commercials, one of our TV students. Now we get to see him in action.
I believe he's going to fire school, if I remember correctly.
I know he's heavily involved with the Gloucester Township Fire Department right there on Summerdale Road. Choose Ladder Company.
Recent inductee into the National Honor Society as well. So congratulations to Tony Klein as he heads in to the breaststroke leg of this 200 IM. Right on his tail is Audubon and making up ground. And this is where this pool is going to start getting real loud. And you know Tony can feel it. You can actually hear it in the water, Ted, for sure, when it's starting to get close. Audubon making up a lot of time here.
Oh, you aren't kidding, Rob. This one's real tight.
This one's going to come down to the freestyle leg as Audubon has made up every single bit of ground. In fact, they might even have the lead. And it's close. half second differentiates first and second. Tony Klein starting to pull away in the freestyle leg. Going into the turn, Tony Klein, good turn out of Tony Klein, and here comes the kick from Tony Klein, and he is going to really come through in this last leg and win the event for Sterling. 2:07.65 for Tony Klein, real good time. Another close swim on the far end of the pool. Riley McDonald in a battle in lanes 5 and 6. Finishing up, here's Jade Wiley as she goes into the wall, lane number 2. She's going to finish with a time of 2:31.76. But it's going to come down to a close race between Riley McDonald and Audubon. Let's see what Riley's got left in the tank here. She's got about a half a body length to make up. Can she get there? Riley giving it all she can. Is it enough? It is not. So Sterling, real good times from Sterling. They trailed by 4 heading into this event as we head into the fastest event. Do not blink here. It's 50 free, Ted.
Your sprinters.
Sterling going to go Mike Berkeley, Kaylee Sheehan, and Hunter Jewell. Head into event number 4 of 10. Berkeley, Kaylee Sheehan, and Hunter Jewell. First one in the wall is, I believe, Berkeley. Nice turn by Audubon. And Berkeley has some ground to make up. See what he can do. No breaths for Mike Berkeley. He's going to finish in second place. Looks like Sterling's going to go 2:45, I believe, in this. Mike Berkeley time at 24:31.
And you said coming in, Rob, this team match was going to be pretty tight the whole way.
Yeah, I talked to Coach last night when we found out we were actually going to do this meet today, and I'm like, give us a scouting report. What do we got? And Coach Stewart said it's going to be close. And and as a former coach, you know how tough it is to put together these lineups when you know it's going to be close. It wakes you up in the middle of the night thinking of things that you can change around. It's very much a chess match. So we got a little bit of a break here, and we will take one as well. Sterling, we'll get an updated score as well. It was 17-13 heading into one of the events, and now we'll get off to a quick break, come back, and give you an updated score right after this.
Whoa, what the? I hear a death by trash can. What?
And welcome back to the Croc Center, live from Camden, New Jersey. Rob Strauss, Tad Kozaneski, Andrew Kane on the controls. Sterling.
I was going to say, and we talked about our students in there. You saw some of the commercials in there, and you saw Tony Klein. He was one of those guys in the commercials right there.
Yeah, did a real good job in that first 4 events that, not all 4 in a row, obviously, but the events that he was featured in. He featured in a couple there. He lead off of the medley relay as well as the 200 IM. As the score has been updated, 33-29 Sterling, still trailing by 4. And very much in this as we head into the 100 fly. Mike Berkeley, the junior, will be in lane number 4. Kaylee Sheehan in lane 2, directly to his right. And then in lane number 6 will be Jade Wiley. Sterling needs to make up 4 points here in what has been a close meet throughout. 100 fly, here we go. Mike Berkeley right in the middle of your screen there. I was never a butterflyer. This is a tough one.
A lot of shoulders here.
A lot of them. And the one thing you have to keep in mind with this particular concentration, all the swimmers have to touch the wall with 2 hands. If you don't touch with 2 hands, you're disqualified. So that's what the officials are looking for at the turns from each wall to make sure that the swimmers are touching with 2 hands. Mike Berkeley had himself a nice swim here. He's at 45 seconds going into the final 25. Real close. It looks like Berkeley's going to finish second, but the real race here is going to be for 3rd, 4th, and 5th here, Tad. Page, it's going to be Sheehan and Wiley looking to make up some time on lane number 3. They're not going to be able to get there, and Audubon is going to go 1-3-6 here. (9-7) in favor of Audubon in that event, so they'll increase their lead by 2. So it should be, if my math is correct, a 6-point Sterling deficit heading into the 100 freestyle. It's going to be Tony Klein, Shay Wiley, sister of Jade Wiley, and Hunter Jewell. Tony Klein's been a busy guy.
Yes, he has.
He'll sleep well tonight.
Is this his 3rd event right now?
It's his 3rd event. I never like talking during the start.
It's like golf.
100 free, Ted, you talk about the 200 freestyle. This is a full-on sprint.
All right, so this is just going at it.
You're just going to get after it 4 lengths of the pool.
How many times are they breathing?
Well, I mean, let's count. I mean, we'll count. Count Tony Klein on this last 50 here. See how many breaths he actually takes. Takes a 1 coming out of the turn. He's going to take a couple. He's had a busy day, though, so we're trying not to breathe under the flags in an event, in a sprint event. Tony Klein is a little bit of work to make up. It looks like he might get there, and he is not going to. Tony Klein's going to finish in 2nd place, 53-43. Audubon is going to take 3rd as well, and 5th.
That didn't help, did it?
1-3-5 for Audubon. That's a 10-6 Audubon win there, so another 4 points for add on to that lead for the Green Wave.
So they listed right now. Is that the current score I'm looking at up there?
Current score before this event was 42-36. And I'm sure during this event, which is the 500 freestyle, they will update. This is the distance event. This is the time where you can, we'd have some conversations.
This is what? Is it 25?
This is 20 lengths to the pool.
20. Wow.
How long would you last in this, Ted?
I'd be interested to see if I could get through 8 without stopping. This is tough. These guys and girls, I tip my cap to all of them.
Braden Sheehan in lane 4, Vivian Cesarano in lane 2, and Gianna Papa in lane number 6. Real good times there in that 100. Everybody floating around a minute. The slowest time was 101.62, so that's some really good times out of these 100 freestyle swimmers. So 52.42 is the updated score. And you'll see the swimmers down on the other end with the lap counters. Those people are just as important. They have a really important job. Number one, you got to get somebody that's reliable enough to be able to count correctly. It's happened before in my coaching career where somebody miscounted.
Well, and you swam this event back in your career, so what was the game plan for you as we're watching Sheehan here out in front?
Well, I mean, for me, the game plan was try not to go out too fast. This is a long event, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Ironically, as a runner's telling you that right now, you got to go out and race your race, not somebody else's race, and it's sing a song in your head. And
well, how tough is it here for right now, Sheehan? He has a mental pace in his head, but you also see, if he looks the other lane, he can see he's head and head. How disciplined do you have to be to hang with this?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where how much do you have in you? Braden Sheehan's a heck of a swimmer. We all know that. And he's pretty much even with the Audubon swimmer directly next to him. He can see him. He sees him, especially on this, coming back towards the touch pads. He knows where he is. And right now he's splitting out about 132, 133.
Right now, Rob, we're picking up in that far lane.
Vivian Cesarano. Or is that Gianna? I think that's Gianna Papa in the far lane.
So we're looking, again, all I can do is tip my cap to you young men and ladies. This is extremely difficult to do. We'll watch her return, then we'll check our close lane here.
And this is a grueling event for sure. I remember swimming this and my coach yelling at me on the sideline and telling me to go, and that would get you going. Everybody else likes this event because they get a nice break. So if you swim in the 200 free relay or the 100 back or the 100 breaststroke, you get a nice little break.
Let's get down to our near lane now.
This is lane number 2. And looking at Vivian Cesarano. Another NHS inductee as well.
It's great when you have well-rounded athletes and students.
Call them student athletes for a reason.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of demand on no matter what sport. You got to do your regular schoolwork, get to your practices, get to your events. And again, we haven't touched on it yet, Rob. For people who might be checking this out around South Jersey, around the world, tell about the practice schedule these people go through at Sterling.
Well, they're up before most of us even think about setting our alarms for. They're 5:30, and they are done their practice before some teachers arrive to school. And I give these kids and coaches a ton of credit. I was fortunate enough to coach when we had night practices, which made for a really long day. So it's whether or not you're a night owl or a early riser, one or the other. But these kids, these are the dedicated student athletes that are getting in the pool early in the morning, getting a good workout in, and then hitting the books during the school day.
As he said, 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you're watching, trying to get your child out of bed for 7 or 8 o'clock, imagine trying to get him ready for 5 o'clock.
And how about this? How about a shout out to the parents as well for when your kids are passionate about something, and Ted, you and I both have kids, you want to assist them in their passion and whatever that they're doing, and getting these kids, whether it's swimming or I know some of the ice hockey practices are really early as well. It's a sacrifice. So shout out to the parents getting their kids there early for the bus.
It's something I didn't think about because, if you have an underclassman who can't drive, you're getting up too.
So Braden Sheehan comfortably in second place right now. Audubon has kind of pulled away here.
We'll give you a shot of the distance between those two swimmers, Rob.
Got about a 2.5, 3 body length lead. And they're going into the final 75. I think that's Mike Berkeley on the cards on the counters rather, for Braden Sheehan. And you hear the bell, that is the last lap for Audubon.
Then we'll give you a look at the distance again as Sheehan now
almost
turns,
a half a pool.
Yeah.
So you'll see the red cards. That means that they're on their last lap. And
so this thing, a red card is a good thing.
Yeah, that's when you know that
that's good.
The end is near.
Soccer, bad.
Yeah, soccer not so much. Swimming, you're almost done. Real good swim from Audubon here in lane number 5. 5:19.44. That's an exceptional time. Braden Sheehan going to finish in second place. Sophomore finishes in at 5:26.76. And are we looking at the far side, Tad, or the near side?
Right near side.
Near side, we're looking at Vivian Cesarano. She still has another 75 left to go.
Well, that tells you what a good swim it was for the first two guys. I think on the turn back, we'll go to one of our further lanes here in a second.
Gianna Papa in lane number 6.
And we'll check in on her.
But again, Braden Sheehan's time, 5:26.76. For all you.
Is that considered a solid time?
That's a real solid time. And now Vivian Cesarano down here on lane number 2. Looks like she picked up the pace a little bit, knowing it's her last 50. Megan Quinn on the cards for Vivian Cesarano.
The mighty Quinn.
And she's got a shot at, she's going to finish under 7 minutes. It's a good time. Talking to her pre-race, she was excited about this one and just wanted to get a good time. I said, crack 7 minutes. And she's going to, and then some. 6:42.78 for Vivian Cesarano. Gianna Papa down in lane number 6.
She still has, what, an up and back coming, Rob?
She still has another 100 to go.
Oh, wow, she's got a ways to go then.
Again, I know Coach Stewart likes to, she does have a 75 left. She's got a 75 left. This is sometimes coaches will say, hey, do a 500 warm-up. But it's a little different when you're in a meet.
Yeah.
Different scenario. And I believe this is the first time Gianna Papa has swam this event since she was a freshman.
Again, not for me, Rob. She's been in the pool now, what, 7.5 minutes?
7.5 minutes she's been in the pool.
Wow. No break, no rest.
Nope. And it's not easy to do. And it's now you'll start here. You heard Coach Stu telling her to get going. And this is where you might hear some of the team starting to get on her too, and some words of encouragement as this is not easy, Ted.
No.
Believe me. You know I'm a big runner and I run a lot. I think if you got me in the pool right now, I don't know what my time would be in a 500. I can tell you it wouldn't be what I did in high school. I can promise you that.
Makes sense. Takes guts. It's a mental battle and a physical battle.
Again, somebody else who's going to sleep well tonight, Gianna Papa.
She's going to be about 8.5 in the pool, constant going at it.
Now you'll start to see the feet start kicking in a little bit, knowing that she's in their last 15 yards or so. And one of the cool things, all the swimmers stay in until everybody's done. I think it's a real cool
sign of respect.
Yeah, it's sportsmanship. Nice job by both these squads. 8:36.95 for Gianna Papa, and then you got some handshakes there from Audubon. So the longest event of the night is now complete.
I get tired watching them out there, Rob. I'm serious. I'm breathing for them. That's tough.
Our post-game show is going to feature Tad in the pool doing a 500.
Breathing. Oh, yeah. Well, that'll be an all-night event.
Andrew Kane says he'd pay to see that.
We didn't bring enough hard drive to cover that one. It only goes 4 hours, Rob.
All right, 200 free relay, the second of 3 relays Each swimmer's going to get 2 lengths of freestyle. Riley McDonald in lane 4, Ashley Blakelock in lane 2, Isabella D'Angelo in lane number 6.
Are we at the point where Sterling has to start winning some heats?
Yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, they were trailing by 10, and they're going to have to start winning some relays here, because the relays go 8-4-2 in terms of points. So if you can go 1-3 in this relay, that's a big swing of points. It's a 6-point swing. So we'll see what happens here. So right now, Sterling is about tied for that first place. A little bit of an edge right now for Audubon in lane number 5. Hunter Jewell in the water for Sterling. Paige Jewell, his sister, on the way in. The anchor leg in lane number 4, the aforementioned Bobby Woodward, your catcher, Ted.
Been a great athlete to be out here. I'll tell you what, this young lady's doing a great job.
That's Paige Jewell.
She's hanging very nicely.
Real good swimmer is Paige Jewell. And the seniors on this team. Now they went, and then Hunter Jewell in the water now. Coach may have switched the order up. I believe they did. They might have had Bobby Woodward lead off and went with Hunter Jewell on the anchor leg, and they did. So Audubon's going to win the event. Nice time. 141.97. Sterling going to finish in second place. 148.15. Taking a look at lane number 2. Finishing up, Cara Coppolino. It might be Miranda Ross.
And again, we apologize.
They might have switched the orders up, so it's kind of hard to...
Explain it from a coaching standpoint, what happens here, Rob.
Well, you're trying to strategically put your swimmers where you can earn the most points. And Audubon just went 1-3 in the relay, so... in lane number 6, that's Miranda Ross finishing up.
So even though they release a set sheet, it's not completely set. They can make a change going into this.
I believe Coach can make changes
as we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we get names reported in, and obviously here without numbers and things like that, we apologize to parents if we're misidentifying some kids. We're doing the best that we can.
Moving on to the 100 backstroke. 72-52 is the score, so Audubon has increased their lead. It's going to be Kaylee Sheen in lane 4, Shay Wiley lane 2, and Steph Kelly in lane number 6. Event 9 of 11.
Have you ever done this in your career, Rob?
This was I was a 500 freestyle and 100 back swimmer.
What are the keys for this?
This one, I mean, this is all speed right here. It's a lot of kick. Your turns are super important. That's why the flags are up top there. You're supposed to count how many strokes it takes you to get to the wall before you do your turn. And plus they're pretty to look at, of course.
Yes.
During your warm-up, you count how many strokes it takes for you to do your turnover, and then your turn. You see Kaylee Sheehan do it right about now. Get a good turn in, and she's in a battle. A real close finish here for Kaylee Sheehan. Let's see what she's got left in the tank. It's going to be a touch finish here. See if Kaylee Sheehan can get that arm out at the last second. Who comes in? Kaylee Sheehan finishes in second place, 102.15. Sterling, third place. I think that's Shay Wiley down there in lane 6 finishing up, or excuse me, Steph Kelly. So good job by Sterling swimmers, and some congratulatory handshakes from Kaylee Sheehan to either one of her lane mates from the Green Wave. So we head into the final individual event here of the day, the 100 breaststroke. It's going to be Bobby Woodward in lane 4, Riley McDonald in lane 2, and Ashley Blakelock in lane number 6. 81-68 is the updated score. You see Bobby Woodward right in the middle of your screen there, leading the way early on the first 25. Pretty even with Audubon as they head into the first turn. Well, at least you know he's going to be in shape for baseball season, Ted.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
What are some of his qualities on the baseball diamond?
Good leader, good hitter, good arm. Catcher, the toughest position to play. Tough with that.
And I'm sure stamina has got to have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, especially when you get more towards the summer, those hot days can be tough.
The swimming will definitely help. Bobby Woodward a little bit of an edge right now over Audubon. And you see Hunter Jewell and Tony Klein telling him to go. Sterling in need of points here. They need a win in this one. Bobby's got to push it. The Audubon sideline really getting into it. It's going to come down to the finish. And it's a touch finish. And Sterling, I believe, gets the win there in lane number 4. 1:16.25 to 1:16.27.
That's pretty tight.
200ths of a second. So Bobby Woodward gets the W for Sterling. What a finish for Sterling there. Kudos to Riley McDonald and Ashley Blakelock as well on some real strong finishes as you look at the times on your screen.
Well, thank Andrew Kane as well. He's doing our scoreboard, getting you the instant replays as well in this one, Rob.
So we'll come back with an updated score. Brief break before the 400 freestyle relay. You're watching live coverage of Sterling swimming right here on Channel 19. We're back right after this.
Oh my God, what a loser. He's so annoying.
Looking at the story, you'll know by the story the first few lines. We're talking about that paragraph again in the story.
You know what? I'm done. That's it, Teach. I quit. I'm done. You know what? I'm gonna stay in school.
Welcome back to the Kroc Center here in Camden, New Jersey. Rob Strauss, Tad Kozaneski, Andrew Kane producing this one today. And Sterling not winning on the scoreboard, but we got a big winner on the sideline here. Junior Kaylee Sheehan set 2 school records today in the 50 free and the 100 back. So congratulations to Kaylee Sheehan on those 2 accomplishments today. And I think that's a name that's going to be up on the scoreboard or on the leaderboard in the gym for quite some time, and multiple times as well.
Yeah, outstanding swimmer. Again, thanks to everybody giving us the information for that. Outstanding job today. Also a name from our past involvement this meet, Rob.
Yeah, DJ Vespi for Audubon was actually featured in the 100 fly and the 100 back for Audubon, and he swims for the Stratford Dolphins in the summer. And some Sterling ties there with DJ Vespi.
So right now we're just waiting for our last match, but we wanted to give Kaylee some of her time for an outstanding day today. You see some of the other Sterling teammates around her, and there's Coach.
Scoreboard saying 81-68 in favor of Audubon.
Due to some time restraints that we're on, Rob, we're not going to be able to talk to any of the girls today because we have some previously engaged plans. But again, we'll see how this season goes the rest of the way and see what we can do. But outstanding job individually by Kaylee, and again, good job by the team to get out here and compete.
And a beautiful facility here. I want to give a big shout out to the Kroc Center for setting us up here and allowing us to bring this out to the community. And I know we like to try and do as many events as we can, Tad. Usually swimming we get to before basketball season, but just the way that this season has gone, fortunately we're having a season, which we say it in basketball a lot, but nice, good opportunity for the swimmers to get some love here on Channel 19.
Yeah, and I think the boys ended their season the other day. The girls basketball season, I think, might be playing today, if I remember correctly. And then we go to, as you mentioned, wrestling and volleyball is what you're going to be seeing on Channel 19, and we'll see what happens to the rest of this group as well. Here, let's get a wave down here. Mom and Dad were watching. We were getting her wave.
A little bit.
You got a wave when she looked
I
up.
did.
I'll give you that. Yes.
It's because she missed her distance run today. That's probably why.
Oh, that's right. She's one of your runners with you?
One of our half marathoners, Jade Wiley, will be hopefully competing in the Atlantic City Half Marathon at the end of April 25th. And just a heck of an athlete and a better person on top of it. So real good athlete, Jade Wiley. Was a class officer last year for the class of 2023. 90-76 is your updated score. They just updated the score. So even though Audubon's going to come away with the win, the team win here, Sterling had some really good swims. Leading off for Sterling in lane 4, it's going to be Tony Klein, Shay Wiley in lane 2, and Megan Ahern in lane 6.
False start?
And they got a false start down in lane 6.
I don't know if you can get
Megan
a replay
Ahern.
of that. Yeah. Okay, we do not have a look at that, but there was a false start. You could see it clearly from here. So are they going to have to do this again, Rob?
Yeah, I think they're going to stop them. They're going to stop them.
Yeah, you could see it clearly on our camera.
Yep. They're gonna try and stop them.
You need the old gorilla paw. You can't get text in the pool. Last I checked.
They're trying to stop them.
Somebody.
And here's the hard part. They're gonna have to lead this off again, unless they switch the order around.
I think that'd be a good Boy, who do we have here? Just motoring. Somebody tackle him. He's going to stop now and be
That's
like...
Tony Klein.
He has no idea, unfortunately, what just happened.
No, looks like Coach switched the order up on us, and that was Mike Berkeley. And Mike Berkeley's beside himself.
He's like, you're kidding me. Hey, great times, but... Oh, man.
That's tough.
Now, here's the coach talking over with the official.
So I wonder if they're going to... Ahern definitely left early. It was
No
not
doubt.
even.
Yeah.
It was not even a question.
Yeah, we both saw that up here.
I'm trying to motion down to Flacco.
So now I guess can he reshuffle what he wanted to do now?
We're trying to hear what the official has to say.
Would you like me to help you?
Mike Berkeley is not happy. He's up against the
wall,
and he is not happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either.
I wonder here if they're just going to give them a break and let them recoup and then do the same thing over again. And then here's a situation where Berkeley is incensed. Now coach is going over and talking to Ahern, who is upset. And now I don't know. I mean, what do you do in this situation? Do you move Berkeley to the anchor?
I would if you could. Are you able to do that?
That's a good question. I've never had this situation. First time for everything. But Berkeley they just couldn't stop Berkeley. He was on fire.
He was focused.
They've got a really good 400 free relay team, and Tony Klein, Mike Berkeley, Bobby Woodward, and Braden Sheehan. And they got all the guns in there. And now Berkeley's going to have to get a quick break, and I think Coach right here is probably going to. We'll see what. That's something to keep an eye on. What order they come out in here.
Need some oxygen. You see just off the left of your screen, here's Berkeley.
Kaylee Sheehan getting a sip of water, trying to get some. She was hauling too.
And we have a quick little promo reminding you're watching us on YouTube. We stream everything live. If you miss it live, you can come and get a recorded version of it. You can go stream through it any section that you want. Again, thanks for checking us in. Sterling TV 19 goes back quite a bit in history of what's going on here at Sterling High School. Literally just taking a breather right now.
The officials are going around to talk to the coaches. Coach Sylvester for Audubon coming to the scores table, probably to talk to the managers.
You got to wave. Wow, everybody's waving to Rob. It's like we have royalty up here.
Coach Sylvester been at the helm of the Green Wave for quite some time. Does a great job with this program, and has been for a number of years. He and I coached against each other a number of times. A real good guy, science teacher over at Audubon. Also coaches tennis as well.
Oh, so you got a rematch coming up with him.
Rematch in the spring coming up. So now he's talking to his managers.
Check back in with what's going on over here.
And you see Coach Stewart talking to Kaylee Sheehan, who's just trying to put her arms up overhead, trying to rest up, knowing that she's got another 100. She's got to sprint again.
Can you imagine the mental factor, especially if this is your fourth heat that you're in? Technically, it's going to be your fifth as you get into the pool.
Well, how about this? What if that boys relay was stacked so that they could potentially get a run at the 400 freestyle relay record?
Oh wow!
On the board.
And not now.
And I don't know what that time is. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done that, but they were. Mike Berkeley.
He's like, what else do I got to do here?
Hey, Mike Berkeley, anybody can do it once, Mike. Come on, buddy. Hey, he's smiling about it. He was not happy when he got out of the pool, though. That's for sure.
And you feel him. You just feel he's going through.
I would be the same way. Look, it was an honest mistake by just a little jumpy off the blocks for Ahern, and it happens. Unfortunately, the officials are giving them some time to recoup it. I don't know if they would have done that if they caught him in the first 25.
Kaylee's, you can see she's doing her best. I mean, we almost need oxygen out here.
All right, so it looks like.
So who's starting in the middle?
They're going to go. Braden Sheehan, I believe, is going to lead off now. Clean start this time for lane number 4. All the lanes clean start. And it looks like they're going to go Sheehan, Woodward, I would imagine Tony Klein, and then Mike Berkeley.
And remember, the ones that went the distance, they were sprinting the whole way. That's why they're having trouble getting their air.
So it looks like the people that went first are now going to go last.
That's what I would have done. It makes sense.
So Sterling out to the early lead as Braden Sheehan goes into his final 25. 90-76 was the score going into this.
He's got a healthy lead here.
And here comes Woodward into the pool. Clean relay start for Woodward.
I mean, you're talking half a pool right now, Rob.
But Audubon's mixed up their lineup too. Everybody here has mixed up their lineup, so I would love to get Mike Berkeley's thoughts and Kaylee Sheehan's thoughts. Off camera, of course.
Yes.
And credit to the officials and the team, and even the lifeguards were trying to stop them. But when you start getting into that mode of just getting after it,
I was enjoying the lifeguards with those life-saving red things they were trying to whack them in the head. But you're so focused as an athlete, you're just going on. It's like one of those game shows you see on TV. It's getting a little tighter, Rob.
And this is a combined team for Audubon. Audubon combined with Collingswood. Thank you, Coach Kalecki, for the shout out. So the Green Wave and the Panthers Coach Kolecki from the girls tennis program. Checking us out on YouTube. Tony Klein's going to be the next one in the water as this is Berkeley in now. So Berkeley, after getting an extra 100 in.
He increased the lead too, Rob.
He did. Tony Klein is going to be the last one in the water for Sterling. Sterling going to split out around 250 heading into this final 100.
What a job by Berkeley. Man, he opened that up big time.
And Berkeley just peeled himself out of the pool, and he is absolutely gassed, Tad.
But he almost helped get his team almost a half-length lead. You'll see him as we turn. He's sitting on the deck there.
Yeah, you're going to have to... That's a real big day out of Kaylee Sheehan as well.
Yes.
She had to do the extra 100 as well. And it's funny how we talked about the 200 freestyle sprint. Whether is it a sprint or is it a little bit in between? Mike Berkeley just did a 200 sprint today.
He did. Well, there goes your finish. Now we're going to pick it up in the bottom two lanes here, Rob.
3:43.53 for the freestyle relay team for Sterling. So Sterling will win the 400 freestyle relay. Audubon Collingswood going to finish in second place with a time of 3:58.62. Sterling finishes in third place, so that Sterling goes 1-3 in the relay in what was an absolutely crazy 400 freestyle relay. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. But we have it all documented.
Yep, we were here.
We were here when it happened. And I think that's, let's see who that is down there in, that's Gianna, no, it's not Gianna Papa. It's not Megan Quinn, it's Steph Kelly that we're looking at right now in lane number 6, going into her last 25 or so. Her final turn coming up. Audubon Collingswood's going to win the meet. But we had a really interesting 11th event here today, the 400 freestyle relay, and a couple records, school records broken by junior Kaylee Sheehan, so congratulations to Kaylee Sheehan. And Steph Kelly finishes up what was a longer than expected 400 freestyle relay, Tad, but nonetheless, Audubon Collingswood comes away with the team victory, but some real great swims by Sterling. Yeah,
some great individual swims out there, and again, some trying times. You can see Mr. Berkeley here. He's to the left side of your screen. We'll get a shot of some of the swimmers. He got his arms up. We'll give him that. Great job by these young men and young ladies. Glad we could get out here.
And Kaylee just getting out of the pool now. She's got to be absolutely gassed.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That was rough.
That was... We'll wait for the updated final score as the teams huddle up. It's Coach Stewart going over and congratulating his girls in lane number 2 on a job well done. Lane 2, that was Shay Wiley, Paige Jewell, Jade Wiley, and Kaylee Sheehan. So the Wiley sisters a chance to swim together there in a relay, as I'm sure Coach Stewart has done before. And Kaylee Sheehan looks exhausted.
I would be too. You would think in a high school match, that's the most she's swam.
Now, what would you rather do, Tad? Would you rather swim a 500 or 2 100 relays?
I'm going with the shorter. I'm probably making the wrong choice, but I would go with the shorter.
Your final score for tonight, 94-86, as the Green Wave and Panthers, as is a combined team, something that I forgot to mention earlier, so thanks to Coach Kolecki for pointing that out and bringing that to my attention. Should have known that, but after being away from the game for so long, you tend to forget these things. Audubon Collingswood wins this one 94-86. A couple of record setters on the on the days. Braden Sheehan having some fun. Spirits are still up on the sidelines here at the pool deck. Kaylee Sheehan sets 2 school records in the effort. And I want to thank everybody for listening. I also want to a huge shout out to the Croc Center, as they allowed us to broadcast this one, and they just did a great job setting us up here in this setup here, that we can get a kind of a bird's eye view and bring this to you here live on Channel 19. For Tad Kozaneski, Andrew Kane producing this one, doing a great job.
Hi,
behind
Andrew.
the scenes. There he is right there, the man behind the camera. I'm Rob Strauss. We'll see you next time. Sterling drops this one 94-86, 2 school records by Kaylee Sheehan. We'll see you next time on Channel 19. Good night.